Hello, Mr. Nygren here. Welcome to World of Warcraft Burning Crusade Classic Anniversary Edition, which is like the old version of World of Warcraft released in 2006 in December. I remember being in the actual row in the city in Umeå in Sweden, a huge row when getting this game back in 2006. So this is the re-release of Burning Crusade, the first expansion to World of Warcraft. So the first World of Warcraft released in 2004, and the first expansion, the Burning Crusade, which added the Blood Elves and the Draenei as playable characters. It released in December 2006, and I remember being in a huge row in the city when I bought this game. So this is the Classic Edition. It released actually, I believe, well, Warcraft Classic released in 2019, but Burning Crusade Classic released in January 2026 actually, so it's very recent. It only has 2 servers, so it's very difficult to find names that haven't been used already, and it's very limited in how many characters you can create. I tried making more than 2 characters but couldn't, so I recreated my old druid here as well on the Alliance side on the Spine Shafter PvP server. The reason I created characters on this server despite never playing PvP, player versus player, is because I first created the Horde characters on the Thunderstrike server, and as both servers are full, I couldn't create too many characters. I thought I could create all the... I believe I did create all my Horde characters on Thunderstrike, but I couldn't create the Alliance ones, so that's why I made them on Spine Shatter instead, but couldn't make more than 2, so I recreated my old druid here as well. So I have her here as well, but sadly she couldn't be named Galadriel, it was already taken. My old druid from 2004 or 5 was named Galadriel, so she is named Galadriel like in the classic version and in the retail version, because I had to rename her in the retail version as well, as she had been deactivated so many years that someone else took the name. I also have my old paladin remade here, Bellatrix, old, but she was named Bellatrix in the retail version or 2004 game, 2008. But yeah, it's very difficult to make characters with the unique names here because of the few servers. Also check the Horde characters. So we have Synvilis, it's a new name. She was named Sylvanas with a C at the end, and is still named that in the retail version and in World of Warcraft Classic. Sadly the name is already taken here. And we have Riandana as my Blood Elf, my best Horde character, remade. She has the same name on all 3 servers. It was one of the few names that weren't taken. We have Trollna, remade here, my Orc warrior, female. She could also have her old name, it wasn't taken. It's Troll with NA at the end. We have Trollna, the troll shaman, but here I made her look like Shadow Bride, actually, with the Shadow Bride hairstyle. If I play the classic version, she has the more beautiful hairstyle and face. Here she has the more aggressive one. They still named Troll, and I believe Shadow Bride was probably taken. And we have a Tauren as well, Tauren Druid, named Spirit Bison, because the names of Power Man or I believe Beastman were already taken. So it's way more difficult here to get unique names, and because the server is full, we cannot create new characters. So on this classic version, I was gonna play as Blood Elf Riandanas again, I might also play the other Horde characters. It sucks that we are limited to actual we can't play. Sucks that we can't create too many characters, and that I only could create 2 alliance characters. On the classic version we have way more servers, and that's why they aren't full, and I was able to recreate all my old characters. But here we are very limited about Crusade. This is a friend. Create a new Draenei, a new for this version. It could be a priest, shaman, mage, hunter, paladin, and a warrior. Maybe a priest would make sense, or a shaman, but you already have the troll shamans. I don't know. Yeah, different skin colors. Okay, different faces. Hairstyles. So hair colors should be different. Face could be changed. Horns. Change this. This one maybe. So the face. I should shut down that. So the face. Skin color. So the Draenei, or Draenei, they are related to the Eredar, like Archimonde from Warcraft 3, the main evil guy in Warcraft 3, Reign of Chaos, and huge guy, huge demon. Yeah, and so he was blue, so we should probably have some kind of blue color. Question is which one? This is too dark. This one I think is more accurate. How they look. Too dark. This one is pretty good. This one is also pretty good. This one might be better. Yeah, I think they are more light blue, like this one. This one also looks pretty cool. And this one. Tabbed out. So I want to check the sound. Let's see, volume control. Need the sound to not be that loud, so I can actually speak. Alright, this is better. This one is alright, but doesn't have the correct look. You want them to look like an actual Draenei. The posters, they're supposed to be bluish. I think this is more accurate. Or this. I think this one is more accurate. Here's taller. This might fit better, this skin. And this. For this bluish color, kinda prefer it. This skin. So the face might be able to change it. Let's see. Might be something better. So of course I had the Burning Crusade. I played the original World of Warcraft between 2004 and 2006, and then I bought Burning Crusade. Played 28 levels with a Blood Elf, Hunter, and then I also played my Alliance characters on Burning Crusade. They moved over, and then because originally you had World of Warcraft Classic, and then it turned into Burning Crusade, and then you no longer had World of Warcraft Classic, and instead all the characters from World of Warcraft Classic moved over to the Burning Crusade, and then you also got the Blood Elves and the Draenei, and then the Wrath of the Lich King expansion came in December 2007, and all the characters moved over to Wrath of the Lich King. You no longer had Burning Crusade, and then you could also make Death Knights, I believe, that expansion. Then I didn't buy a new expansion until 2014 when I tried for free, I believe, one of the expansions, the one with the dragon. So I never had some of the expansions like Mists of Daria, etc. Okay, never really bought the one with the dragon either. Tried it and it was allowed to try it for free, so. Relation imbalance. We cannot join the Horde on this server because they need more Alliance players. Change the face. I never was a big fan of the Draenei, because in Warcraft 1 we only had the humans and the orcs and humans, and then in Warcraft 3 they added dwarves as a part of the humans. They added the Night Elves as their own faction, and they added the Undead as their own faction in the form of the Scourge instead of the Forsaken, and the Trolls were a part of the Horde. You started with only Orcs in the Horde, and then you got the Tauren and the Trolls, and I believe you got the Trolls first and then the Tauren. And the High Elves were a part of the humans in Warcraft 2, and in Warcraft 3 in the first, I believe, release, Reign of Chaos, you had them as a good people, but they were not a part of the human. I believe there were a few Elven units in the human faction. You play the humans, and then you had like the Dwarven Mortars and the Dwarven Riflemen, and then you had the Dwarven Gyrocopters and Steam Tanks, and then you had the Elven Archers, I believe, the Spellbreakers and the Priests. Maybe something else, the Dragonhawk Knights, maybe, or Dragonhawks. Okay, so you had some elves and you had some dwarves in the human faction. They were not a faction of their own. And then in Frozen Throne expansion for Warcraft 3 you got the Blood Elves. They joined with the Naga, and they're more of an evil faction led by Prince Kaltas of the Blood Elves. And he fought on the side of Illidan Stormrage, leader of the Naga, or Illidari, the Naga that joined Illidan to take out the Scourge and Arthas, Death Knight Arthas. So they were already in Frozen Throne expansion, but only in World of Warcraft did they really join the Horde, the Blood Elves, and in World of Warcraft Burning Crusade from 2006, December 2006, and the Draenei were new for the Burning Crusade. They were never seen before, but they are a similar people to the Eredar, which are Archimonde's people, the demons of the Burning Legion, leaders of the demons of the Burning Legion. So you can say that the Draenei are on the Alliance side and they are good, and they are the same people as the Eredar, who are the leaders of the demons. But unlike them, they are not corrupted. I believe the Eredar are corrupted Draenei, and these are uncorrupted. So I never knew much about the Draenei because they were not in any of the older games. Only their evil cousins were in the Warcraft 3 game and its expansion, so you never really played the Draenei for World of Warcraft Burning Crusade. I had a character probably, but never played much with it. I prefer the Blood Elves over the Draenei. They are pretty cool as well. It would probably look like this. It would be accurate to how they look there. Proper Draenei. Sucks that this game doesn't have the another feature that other MMORPGs or massive multiplayer online games have. Massive multiplayer or online role-playing games. Namely the option to just select randomized name, and then the AI will pick a random name that isn't used by anyone else, because the problem with this game is that you cannot use a name that is used by someone else. And sadly most of the names are used by someone else, so it's very difficult to make up your own name here, in this server especially. They are already taken. Right. This is probably more like I would make a look. Probably more my style. Doesn't look like the Draenei from the art, they are blue. Well, we could do this, and I have no idea what name would be good. Warning! Welcome to the world of Warcraft. As you prepare to enter this realm, please be we don't care. Name is unavailable. Yeah, it's very difficult to pick a name. But then it's really difficult. Almost everything is already taken. We really need a randomized name feature where you click and then the AI picks a name randomly that fits the race that isn't taken by anyone else, because if someone else has taken the name you cannot take it. And the reason it's so easy to pick names in the other versions is because you have many servers, and it's only on the particular server you can't have the same name as the other characters. If there are many servers you can have the same name as someone from a different server, because they are not in the same server, and that means they are not in the same world, or all the players spawn on different servers, and if you have characters on the same server you are in the same world essentially, but if you have on different servers then they are on different separate worlds, and the names cannot be the same on the same server, because Burning Crusade Classic only has 2 servers. It's almost impossible to pick a name that isn't in use already, and as you see there are too many people playing the Horde, on this server, so we can only play the Alliance. Yeah, it's almost impossible to pick a name. I suck with names, so... But yeah, now it worked. Alright, so we made a new one. Sometimes we can make new characters. So we have the Alliance characters here. We have my old druid we created here as well, and my old paladin. But unfortunately we are limited because of the few servers. Thunderstrike had the horde characters. Alright, we need to start level 1 with the undead rogue here. She's level 2 on the classic version. Unfortunately the characters are separated. I created my old blood elf here. So if you play the horde, we are likely to play the blood elf on this classic version of Burning Crusade, or the Draenei. They are unique races for the Burning Crusade, so we are more likely to play the blood elf and the Draenei character here. Okay, but yeah, we will log out and check out Mist of Pandaria. I never played Mist of Pandaria. We'll check what it added. I believe it's the one that added the pandas and the goblins, but we'll see. Thank you for watching, and bye.